let's step back for a moment and do a little assessment of our years together as Shaumbra. Well, first there was the gathering with Tobias when he came in 1999, August 1999. It was that and the internet that brought Shaumbra back together, 1999, 2000. And the gatherings continued. The energy you put out there so many years ago, it's continued in just the right resonance and frequency to attract just the right people. It's not about the size of the group or anything like that. It's about those who are truly ready to go through their awakening, and not just the awakening, but the next steps, the releasing. It took a while, long while, to work on the releasing, and some of you are still doing it. To that I say, get the hell over it. No, it really is that simple. I'm not saying things in life don't hurt at times, but there is a tendency for humans to keep carrying them around. You go through the hurt, the grief, the pain, whatever it happens to be, and you go through that amazing process, and then you release it, and you allow it to go to wisdom. Then, after the wisdomizing that Shaumbra is going through, now it's a time to understand the physics, which we're talking about, the metaphysics of reality and the illusions of reality. We're talking about time and space. We're talking about going beyond. We're talking about multiple realities at the same time. We're talking about what it's really like to choose your destiny rather than just have it happen to you. And then finally, kind of tied in with all of it, we've come to the point now why you're really here. It wasn't just about releasing stuff. We had to do that. But why you're really here is to shine your light, to bench, to be that presence on the planet right now. It needs it. It needs the consciousness. Not that it needs saving, it just needs and wants consciousness. We've been talking about light. Now, today I want to talk about the dark. First of all, first and foremost, the dark is not an opposing force. The dark is not an opposing force. You are not battling darkness within you. The dark is simply where light has not been yet. And it takes darkness to have the light be the light. So in our work as metaphysicians, as the ones radiating the light, it is not about opposing the darkness. And this is simple physics, but it's also really good emotionally. We're going to go into it in just a moment. It's really good emotionally to understand there is no evil in your darkness at all. None at all. In other words, don't be afraid to go where your light hasn't yet gone. So it brings up the question, but Adamus, isn't there evil on the planet? Isn't evil darkness? What is evil? What is evil? Certainly you could all name evil. Many of you have been subject to evil in your life. You read about evil in the news, but what is evil? Evil is an interesting word, E-V-I-L. The antithesis, the opposite of live, L-I-V-E. I wonder if that was just an accident. No. Evil contains the words lie, and what else? Veil. So evil is really ultimately just the big lie. Not a lie that's being perpetuated by some conspiracy. It's not about that. It's the lie to self. And maybe as a result of the veil, result of the density here in this 3D dimension that you're in. But evil ultimately is really just distortion of light. Distortion of light. It's not dark. It's simply the distortion that occurs when one is veiled from themselves, when one lies to themselves about who they really are. The real cause of evil is when somebody believes and lives out that the energy is outside of them. That's evil. That brings out the evil. Darkness is simply where you haven't gone yet. Evil is the distortion of light. And anybody can release it at any time. So right now, two things. Please understand that darkness is only where your light has not been yet. And also understand that the light can get distorted by evil. The definition of evil is believing that the energy is outside of you and you have to somehow get it. It's time now to face your own darkness and then to never fear it again. Never fear what you don't yet know, what you haven't yet experienced. Take a good deep breath and feel now as your light, as a master now, as it comes in contact with your darkness. What the true metaphysician realizes that there's no evil in their darkness. There's simply things yet to be experienced. Let yourself feel into and dance with your own darkness. There's nothing to fear in it. Especially when you realize it's all coming from your energy, from your soul, from your I am. It's all there. There's no separation whatsoever. There's no separation actually between light and dark. It's really truly a human concept. They are not different. Darkness is not something that's an opposing force. Let yourself feel it as a supporting energy. As metaphysicians, let's transcend the old concept of darkness and learn to dance with it. It's simply where you haven't been yet. And no need to fear what comes when you go there, even though you have no idea what's going to happen, because there's an innate trust in yourself and your soul that when you enter the darkness, the experiences that come will be perfect because they're yours. They'll be your energy. They'll be your grace. Let's take a good deep breath and our dream walk, your dream walk, into your darkness. Nothing to fear.